In this video, I'm going to show you how to install the newest version of VLC Media Player 3.0.4, and I'm also going to show you how to change your skins or your theme in VLC, and also I'm going to show you how to stream your video using VLC to your Chromecast device. Now those are the three things that I'm going to do in this video, and I may not do them in that order, and the reason why is if you're watching this on YouTube, not everyone that probably found my video is using Linux or Ubuntu or Debian operating system. There can be some people that are using a Mac and a Windows operating system, and using VLC to stream to their television or to their Chromecast device works in all of those platforms. So I'm going to start out by showing you how to use VLC to stream a video to your Chromecast device, and then I'll show you how to install or uninstall and then reinstall your VLC on Ubuntu or Linux operating systems. And then if you're using a Linux operating system, I'll show you how to change your skins. So that way that those that are not using Linux can stop watching the video after they see how I demonstrate how to send a video to the Chromecast device. To start with, if you're watching this video, I will have a link below the video that shows you all the steps, and I've scrolled down because in the order that I said at the beginning of the video is how I put it on my webpage. But I'm not going to scroll up and lose my place, but I will have the steps here on how to stream from your VLC to your Chromecast. Alright, to start with, let's open up our VLC Media Player. And to confirm that I do have 3.0.4, I'm going to click on Help and About, and this is the version that I'm currently using. And if you're using an older version, the older version will not work with your Chromecast device. You will need the new version. Now in Windows and Mac, I'm not sure if this number's the same, but you will need the newest version. And if you are running Ubuntu or a Debian-based operating system, you will at least need Ubuntu 18.04 or newer in order for this to work. And if you do have an older version of VLC on your system, you'll need to remove it and install a fresh copy of VLC, or it will not stream to your Chromecast device. And that's why I'm going to show you that are using Ubuntu and Linux how to uninstall and install the newest version, which I'll be uninstalling the newest version and reinstalling it, but it works the same way. Alright, to start with, when you got your VLC Media Player up on your screen, you're going to click on the menu of Playback, and you'll notice that there's a feature called Render. When you highlight the feature Render, I do see my Chromecast device, but before you do this, you'll need to go turn on your television set, go to your HDMI input where you have your Chromecast plugged into. I have my Chromecast plugged in my HDMI 2 and the television in my bedroom. So turn that on, and once it is stabilized and you see your little wallpaper for your Chromecast, then you're ready to click on Playback, Renderer, and then your bedroom or the name of your Chromecast device. Okay, I've clicked that. You don't see anything happen. There's nothing that you notice that's happening right now. Now you're going to click on Media, open a video file, and I've got Big Buck Bunny that's a very small file, and I'm going to click, or I've already selected it, I'm going to click Open, and it says, do you want to start where you left off? I'm going to just hit X so it can start from the beginning. It'll take a moment or two, and now the device is playing in my bedroom. Now, you can't see it. It will not be displayed on your screen. It's kind of like instead of streaming to your video on your computer, it's now taking the video and the audio and sending it to your Chromecast device. You can look at your progress bar at the bottom and you can see it moving. And I'm going to stop talking for a moment. It's down the hall on the other side of the house, but I have my bedroom door open, and the sound should funnel in here where you can hear it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop that, or I can pause it. Now you hear it paused. You can use your VLC player, if you've got yourself a laptop, you can use your VLC player as your remote control. And if I wanted to resume playback, I could press the play button and it starts back playing. Then to stop, I just simply hit the stop button, and when I close out my VLC player, it disconnects from my Chromecast device. Now, like I said, you must have the newest version of VLC for this to work. a few days ago I tried it, and I even had version 3.0.4 on my system, but what I didn't realize is that each time I would do updates, it was updating from an older version to a newer version, and some files or something must have been conflicting, so I completely removed all of the old version of VLC and installed a fresh version, and it works. It works flawlessly. It may not work for you, but it does work for me. All right, now I'm going to show you how to uninstall and reinstall VLC for those of you that are using Linux, especially the Ubuntu and the Debian systems. The best way to remove the VLC Media Player is to use the Synaptic Package Managers. There's multiple ways that you can remove software in Linux, but one way that you can pretty well guarantee that it's removed is by using the Synaptic Package Manager. So I clicked on the Synaptic Package Manager. I am put in my password. Now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to search for VLC, and I'm going to hit the search feature. Now if you're running an older version of VLC, I'll show you how to do something to make sure you completely remove VLC in every file that's associated with it. You can see here all these little green dots indicates what I have installed on my computer. So everything that with a green dot is associated with the newest version of VLC that I have. You can see here it's 3.0.4-1, and I think the 18.0 or 1810 version of Ubuntu has 3.0.4-4, but that will not install if you have Ubuntu 18.04. But to uninstall that, you check the box, and I'm not going to reinstall right now. I'm going to say mark for removal. I'm not going to mark for complete removal for time's sake of the video, because it will take longer to remove more files. But I'm going to say mark for removal. If you have an older version of VLC, and it will show you a version that you have, you just say complete removal. And then that way when you install the newest version, it will install everything that it needs, and it will not conflict with your old VLC. Now, as I showed you earlier, applications, sound and video, here is my video VLC Media Player. I'm going to uninstall it, so I check mark it. I'm going to say mark for removal, and after it places the X beside of it, I'm going to hit apply. It can say to be removed. It's showing me VLC. I'm going to hit apply. And it's basically going through and removing just the VLC player, not every single file associated with it. Like I said, that would take a little bit longer. And then after I remove it, I'm going to show you another way to install it on your system. It's almost finished. And before I close out my Synaptic Package Manager, you can actually reinstall it by using the Synaptic Package Manager. And I'll show you that, then I'll close out. I won't install it so I can show you another way, but I'll show you how you can install it. If you would like to install the newest version, put VLC, hit the search button, hit search for VLC, and hit the search button here. And again, it's going to go through and find all your VLC files, and it has. I simply scroll down until I locate VLC, which is there, and when I click onto that, I can say mark for installation, then hit apply, and it will install the newest version that will match my operating system. Another way of installing it is if you go to my website and you scroll up to the top, I have links to the newest version, and I also have I have a 64-bit machine. You may be running an older system that has a 32-bit machine. If you click the download the deb file, now in order to run a deb file, if you're using Ubuntu or Debian-based operating system, you'll need to make sure that you have gdeb installed. Ubuntu Mate 18.04 has it installed by default. So all I simply need to do is click to download my deb package, my VLC Media Player. If you're coming from a Windows environment, you're used to running executable files, downloading a program and installing it from an executable file. This is very similar. Let me go ahead and click. It's starting the download, and it's not a very large file, so I hit show in folder. It's going to take me to my downloads folder, and here it is. Ubuntu VLC 3.0.4-1, and this works with my Ubuntu 18.04 operating system. I'm going to double click it just like I would if I was in Windows executing an executable file, And if you completely removed all the VLC, it says the same version is available in the software channel, and we saw that in the Synaptic Package Manager. Now on my computer, since I did not remove everything, it shows me all my dependencies are satisfied. If you completely remove all the files associated with VLC, it'll show you that there will be 8 additional files that you'll need to install. And it'll have a little details button here. And if you look on my web page, and I'll close out my download folder, you'll see that it says requires the installation of 8 additional packages, and you click the details. You don't really have to worry about that, because when you hit install package, it will go on the internet and find those 8 packages and install those first, and then it will install the VLC player on your computer. So that way you have all new files, so that you're not conflicting any of the older VLC files on your system. So let me hit install package, and it's going to prompt me for my password, just as I did put in there when I brought up my Synaptic Package Manager. Now it's going to go through and bring that package installer dialog back up. Now as you notice, I put my password, I'm a super user. That means I'm allowed to install software or alter software on my computer with this particular program. Now it looks like it's done, but it still says install. You have to wait till it finishes, and then when these buttons here change, it's done. Now another way of installing it is if I left that deb file in my downloads folder, I can always double click it later and hit the remove package, but that can eventually over time take up a lot of space for all the deb files that you download. So you can always go into your Synaptic Package Manager, find the name of the program you want to remove, check it, and then click for removal and hit apply, and it will remove it from your system. Now if you go back up in applications, it's now back into my sound and video. Let me go ahead and bring it up, and as you can see, it's going to be the same version that I already had. It's the 3.0.4. Now on my web page, there's one additional thing that I have. I have how to play to your Chromecast device, how to install it and remove it. There's another feature that you can use, and there's lots of features, but there's another feature I'm going to show, is how that you can change your settings, which is your skin on your VLC. Now I have a skin package in my Dropbox and Google Drive. If you go to the website, if you click the website, and if you notice here, it's going to have the same link in your go to Tools, Preferences. When you make sure your interface is selected, use the native style. That's the theme that you're currently looking at. If you say use a custom skin, if you click the VLC skin website, it will take you to this website here. Now if you download the complete package with all the skins, it's going to be 37 megabytes, and there's going to be, I think, 100 and some skins. I wrote down the name of the number of skins. You'll have 120 skins, which is a lot of skins. I went through them, and not all the skins works with the newest version. So I went through the 36 skins that I did find that worked. I took those and left them and recompressed them and stuck them in my Dropbox and Google Drive. So you really don't need to go to the VLC's website, Videoland's website. I reduced them, and it's a smaller file size. It's 8.9 megabytes. If you click Dropbox, and I will, it will show you the list of files in the compressed file. So if you click on this, and it'll take a moment to go to Dropbox, here's each of the 36 files that you can see. These are the different skins that you have available. Dropbox actually shows you what's inside of the compressed file, and I like that. So if someone's trying to hide something, you can look at the files within it before you download and try to install it on your system. You can download by clicking the download button, and you can also go to Google. You can go to Google Drive, and it won't look very fancy. It'll just come up, no preview available, and a download button. They're both the same identical file. It's your preference. Some of you may have a Dropbox that you can say send to your Dropbox. Some of you may have a Google Drive that you can send to your Google Drive. So I put it in the two different online storages for your convenience, so whichever storage that you may use. I'm going to go ahead and click the download button. It shouldn't take very long, since I've condensed the file by removing a lot of the files that don't work, or the skins that don't work. Now I click my show all. I go into my downloads folder, and here is my video VLC skins folder. Now I'm going to close out this for a moment, and in this particular folder I can double click this folder, and as you can see, here are all the files within this particular compressed file. I can go to, I'm just going to close it out. The place that we have to go, we don't want to just say extract here, because if we extract here, we're putting them all in our downloads folder. We want to make sure that we're putting them in the VLC folder that VLC uses for its skins. And that location is, and I'll bring it back up and show you, go to Sound and Video, click on the VLC Media Player, go back to Tools, go to Preferences, and if you go to Use the Custom Skins, if you hit Choose, it's not really showing you, but I know where it's at. You scroll down to where you see Local, and if you don't see Local, you click this little pencil button, and you can write this in there. You can go to dot local, L-O-C-A-L, then there's a dash. And the reason why that dot is there is because that's a hidden file. You don't see it in this directory looking in here. Then the next folder we're going to put it into is the shared folder. So if you press that button, you can type dot local /share / and then type VLC, press your enter key or the return key on your keyboard, and it will bring up the location where your files will be. Now if I hit choose, that's the only file there currently is, or the only skin in that box, so you don't see anything now. So here's the location, and that's my name. It's my home folder, Tommy.local share VLC, and that's the only skin currently in that folder. Now let me show you. I'm going to cancel back out. I'm in my home folder, Tommy. Now you don't see no .local. If I go to view, say show hidden files, right here is the local. All those dots mean these are hidden files. You can view the hidden files, but go to view, check hidden files, and then when you want to uncheck them, you uncheck and you can't see it. So you go to local .share VLC, and here you can put that file. So if you're in the downloads folder, you can copy this or cut this, place it in your VLC folder, and paste it here. Now you can right click and say extract here. And you see there's a VLC skins folder. I'll delete this, move to trash. And if you want to keep these skins in that same original folder without having to go to an additional subfolder, that will work as well. So I can highlight all of these, cut them out, go back into my regular VLC folder, and paste them, because this is where the skins are located. In that particular folder there, I can right click, move to trash, and now it's gone. That is the original default skin. These are the additional skins that we have choices now by selecting. Let me minimize this. I won't close it out completely, and I'm going to close out my downloads folder. Close this out, and I will minimize my browser. Let me go back to my VLC Media Player. I go to Tools, I go to Preferences, I say Use Custom Skin, I say Choose. I go back to .local /share VLC, press my enter key, and now you can see that it doesn't just have that one file, it has a lot of files. So if I wanted to bring up one of these themes here, I could go like to Dark Voodoo, hit open, hit save. Now this is the key thing. When I hit the save button, I won't have to go through all these steps again because I'm saving this preference here. So I hit save, and now it doesn't change my skin immediately. That's because I got to close my VLC and reopen it. And then from then on, I don't have to go through all that procedures again. I can go back to VLC Media Player, and the skin will change. That is a new skin. That is the Voodoo skin, the Dark Voodoo skin. Now to change the skins, it's not that complicated anymore. I can right click, I can now go to Interface, and I can say Open Skin. Because we saved the folder, the path to them, it will open that path. Or it should, well, I've played the video. I did it out of order, but we do know the path that we're going to put here. .local /share /VLC, Press the Enter key. I must have typed something wrong. Let me go back and do it the other way. I'm going to go back to my interface. I'm going to go back to Preferences again. Choose. And it's not keeping it in memory. It's probably because I've done this multiple times and uninstalled it. I didn't have the / before. Press the Enter key, and now I can select another one. I'll choose Heaven. Hit Open. Save. It's not going to change until I close it out. Reopen it. And it should, and there is my Heaven skin. So from now on, you should be able to go to select your skin, and the more you open, you'll build up a list of skins here so that you can select a skin that you've opened, and it will immediately change in your background. So in this particular video, we showed you how to use VLC to send your video to your Chromecast device. I showed you how to uninstall VLC and reinstall the newest version. And then I showed you how you can change the skin of VLC. Now those seem like a lot of features, but VLC has a lot more features than what I've showed you in this video. Now if you would like to learn more about doing what we just showed you, instead of rewatching the video, you can go to my website, and I have all of the steps, step by step, to installing the program, making sure it's the newest version, how to install a new skin, or how to download and install new skins, how to bring up a new skin or change your skins, and how to stream to your Chromecast device. So hopefully this video has at least gotten you more aware of some of the features that VLC has. You probably used VLC Player for years, but only use it to play video files or multimedia files on your computer. You can now send them from your computer to your device if you have a Chromecast device. And that's one of the reasons why I like VLC, and I also like SM Player, is because I do have a Chromecast device and I'm not restricted to just watching the files on my computer anymore. I can send it to my television. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and have a great day.